All right, it's 5:30 p.m. I am standing in for the mayor tonight, Christina Giordani, council president. So I will start by calling the meeting to order, our Monday, November 25th, 2024 meeting. Just a reminder to please mute your cell phones, except for emergency personnel. Please turn off all cell phones and anything that would create distraction. Amy, will you please do a roll call for us?
Of course. Councilmember Shea.
Present.
Councilmember Obana.
Yes.
Councilmember Mahoney. See on there? Nope, I don't see him. Councilmember Leahy.
Yes.
Councilmember Carrero.
Yes.
President Giordani.
Yes.
Okay. And the mayor is absent. I think, yep.
Yes. Notice of agenda compliance, finding that the regular meeting notice and agenda were posted in accordance with Idaho Code 74-204 within 48 hours prior to the meeting at the Bellevue City Hall, post office, and on the city's website on November 21st, 2024.
I move that the notice for the November 25th, 2024 meeting was posted in accordance with Idaho Code section 74-204.
Second.
Oh, you want me to do that? All in favor? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
All in favor?
All in favor, I apologize.
We got you.
I don't think that's a rule.
Perfect.
We really just contemplating.
Yeah. There you go. Call for conflict as outlined in Idaho Code 74-404. Does anyone have any conflicts with the agenda?
No.
No.
Next line item would be mayor and council report. Does anyone on the council have anything to report? No, Jessica, you maybe just want to highlight the event we have coming up before our next council meeting to just remind the community.
Yes, of course. So the Bellevue Christmas tree lighting will be on December 4th from 5:30 to 7:30.
I thought it was,
It's a Wednesday, December 4th,
Okay.
right? Well,
Yes.
Okay, no, you're right. We still need a few volunteers for helping with the raffle and just more physical bodies and passing out cookies. And there will be Santa, carolers, and then Jesse Main, one of the Bellevue Events Committee members, got the Bellevue Elementary School to participate, which is exciting to have the little kiddos there. And so there will be raffle items this year. So there will be a donation by, sorry, my brain is Carl at
The Sun Valley Culinary Institute.
yes, thank you for
to come to my house and cook dinner?
2 spots plus wine, and then we also have 2 seasons passes to Rotorun that are raffling off. I'm gonna make a flyer later this week that we'll send out so we could advertise that, and then additionally a soak at Stanley's Motel. Sorry, my
Mountain Village.
Mountain Village.
Yeah.
Yep, sorry.
Okay.
My brain is, yep, having a hard time this afternoon. And, I think those are all the items. Oh, and then a Christmas tree as well will be raffled off.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, great.
The raffle, are the raffle tickets $1 or how is that raffle gonna work?
I'm not sure. Kristen runs all of this. She's been doing this
Okay.
for a while. I sent out a recap email, but like there's not technically a line item for this event, which probably we will need to consider in doing forward, because Kristen was asking.
Yeah.
Typically she puts all the money to the library and then she transfers money over to the city, and then the monies made from this event go towards the next event. But that's why, she wants our participation so we can understand like how we grow this, scale this.
She wants to hand it off and we need to learn how to do that, sounds like.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes,
Shelley, I think made a note about that, so we know
yeah,
about the line item.
Yeah,
So,
great.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Anyone else with any updates? Okay, thank you, Jessica. We'll move on, public comment. This is for items of concern not on the agenda. Comments are limited, let's try and keep it 3 to 5 minutes, and I'll open it up for public comment. I've got someone here, Suzanne, go ahead.
Do you want me to catch, I sit here, or do you want?
You can sit there if you don't mind, just saying your full name and your address for the record.
I'm Suzanne Reed, I'm at 24 Molden Canyon. 2 weeks ago, during the November 12th city council meeting, the elected representatives of Bellevue sought to mislead, discredit, and exclude the residents of Bellevue. As a resident of Bellevue, I'm here to state clearly on behalf of myself and my neighbors that that is absolutely not okay. It is not okay to repeatedly state that the public hearing clearly documented to be about the subdivision of Lot 1, Block 1 on Main Street is not about that very topic. It is not okay to intentionally exclude discussion about the reason for the subdivision. And it is not acceptable, and it is unacceptable and illegal for the elected representatives of Bellevue residents to contrive a reason to exclude public comment on the public hearing. I don't know if you all don't realize that these meetings are recorded, but last week's video is forever a cautionary tale, as it showcases the worst of what is possible when some elected representatives believe themselves above the law and others don't discharge their duties. Under the watch of the city council, the mayor created an illegal policy to exclude resident opinion and public comments. Every member of the council should know that the mayor cannot unilaterally create a policy to exclude public comment in an effort to achieve the outcome he wants or needs. He cannot proclaim and then act upon the false narrative that people haven't properly researched their opinion and he doesn't like the way they have submitted it, and therefore he will disregard it. Not only is it illegal, it is not the conduct or choice of someone who is committed to serving his constituents. And yet the council did nothing. The first topic after the mayor announced his new policy to disregard public comment is about Christmas lights. This recent effort by the city council to silence the residents is a frightening precedent, and a response will be as big as we need to make it. The conduct of all the city council was indefensible during the last meeting, and it is recorded for posterity. I would encourage you to review the 11-12 meeting, recognize for yourself the dangerous precedents, failures, and illegal conduct of the meeting, and take the appropriate steps to right the wrongs that took place, including invalidating the public hearing and requiring that it be conducted again. As with all things, we learn from our mistakes, and our collective goal is to get better. There are pressures that cause each of us to do things we may regret, which is why governance includes checks and balances. Ideally, all of you as our neighbors and the people we elected to help guide Bellevue towards the vision we have for our town will take some time to reflect upon what transpired and recommit to serving the residents by pursuing the priorities we have set and by always vigorously protecting our rights and our voices. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment on Zoom, anything else like that? I'll go ahead and close public comment. Mayor Johnson has called me a couple times. I apologize. That's what my phone is ringing while you're speaking. Should I try and get him on the phone real quick or?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
If he's called, right?
He's called a couple times, so let me just check and see if I can check in here.
I thought, I actually have this.
Oh, that rings again and it just. That's the phone. Yeah. I'll put it here and if he calls back, we can see if we can grab that. We're moving on to the consent agenda. Approval of claims from November 12th through November 25th, 2024. Any questions on that?
I do have some questions. The Resort Cities Coalition dues and membership, that's $500. And is that a 12?
Mayor Johnson, I've got you real quick. Sorry, we're in the middle of consent agenda, but I saw you called a few times, so I just want to pick up. No, it's okay. Yeah, no, I will, I'll call you afterwards. I think we're all good in here. I just want to make sure it wasn't an emergency because I saw a few missed calls. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Sorry, yeah, this time, Okay, Diane, would you start for us?
Yeah, the Resort Cities Coalition, 12-month contract. That $500 for, I think we had this question before, and I apologize for not being able to recall what the answer was, but that $500, that's 12 months.
Yeah, so we actually, it was clarified when they sent the invoice to Shelley just recently. But that covered the entire year, and the slight increase that we saw, was a decision by the whole coalition to, instead of just have the legal team on for part of the year, extending their contract to 12 months a year to service the entire coalition. So there was a slight increase in dues, but it is also a sliding scale based on size of city.
Okay,
But so the 500 will cover, the whole year.
okay, and then, one other question, the line right underneath that, for the chamber, there's $100 annual membership dues there.
Yes.
And out of admin, and then, there's also $100 out of wastewater, and water.
And-
So are we,
Oftentimes on those city dues, they get split between the three funds, general, water and wastewater. So the three put together would be the total dues for the year.
so is that $300 then for the entire year?
Yes.
All right. It just was a little fuzzy to me that it was taken out of all three of our accounts, so. I have nothing further.
I had a question on the water. The attorneys at law, the conjunctive management. Are we, did we receive an itemized from those guys on that?
I don't think it's very itemized. I think it's kind of per the month, but I would have to double check it.
But it does look like they're splitting out the water bond versus the other representation. What?
Yes, because
okay.
I am having to keep track of water bonds
Great,
stuff.
separate. Okay.
Yeah, I just thought that was a large amount.
Any other questions on claims payable? Okay. Any questions on the minute?
Not a one.
Then I'll move on to department heads report. Shelley, I just wanted to see if you wanted to start us off by touching on your financial statements, your treasurer's report.
Well, October, first month of the fiscal year, actually, things are just right on track. It was pretty actually quiet, financially. I know, knock on wood. So quit. So, I mean, there's nothing alarming standing out in any of it. I mean, there's a couple of areas where we might be a little ahead, but, overall, everything is right on par with budget. Does anyone have any questions about any of those?
I did have a question. In the general fund, our first line item, when we were comparing October, the two Octobers. We were down, we had a significant kind of percentage change in that general fund, but then I did notice that our, LGIP was up. Did we see some movement between the general fund and the LGIP between that October and this October?
Oh, you're talking about the cash position?
Cash position, yeah.
Okay, and you're asking about the general fund LGIP versus,
I'm asking about line 10001.
Okay.
The general fund, our cash position
yes,
compared to last year, and then I'm noticing our LGIP cash position compared to last year.
yeah. It would probably be, this year's would probably be closer to last year's. I had made a transfer out for bills. But that was before I learned of some income that had just come in that I was not aware of. So that could probably have another 50 put back in there.
Okay, because it was until the end
It's
of
just a
October.
cash flow time of year thing, so. Anyone else? I guess I could give a brief update on Cassell. I've probably talked to 4 or 5 gentlemen today. It seems like they're all men that are doing the individual sections of the onboarding. For example, one section is GL general accounts, one section is payroll, one section is, you know, customers and utilities, and they are moving forth very quickly. I try to respond as quick as I can to them, and they have been just very good about, I think we're the one they want to get done now, so.
That's nice.
They are giving us their focus.
Great.
Yeah. I expect by January, we'll be running testing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Exciting.
What is the timeline once we're kind of like from, I know you did most of the transition, but training to implementation, do you feel like that will all go pretty quick?
Yes, it will. The hard part is just getting everything from our format to their format.
Mhm.
And then once it's there, updating the latest since then. And then, the testing phase and training. Yeah.
Great. Good job staying on them.
Any other questions about, department head reports?
I've got one question for Brian. I'm seeing here in your memorandum that, you're scheduling interviews for the planner. Have we received many applications?
We've received 3 applications. I did initial screening interviews with them all, and then we had a second interview with one of them.
Nice. I don't have anything else.
Take a motion if there's no other discussion on the consent agenda.
I will,
Chief is on. Do you have anything?
I will move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
That's the roll call.
Yes, it is. Member Ferrero,
Yes.
member Leahy. Yes. Member Obanoff.
Yes.
Member Shea.
Yes,
President Giordani.
Yes.
And full motion. Okay.
New business, we're gonna move on to, line item A, consideration and approval of resolution number 2400, authorizing the treasurer to assign 29,940 to the sewer LGIP capital account with the Idaho State Treasurer's Office. This is a carryover from a previous meeting where there was just an error in, announcing, right?
Yeah.
Publication error.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Just a bit of cleanup. Page. Are there any questions on this?
So is this the correct resolution number?
Yes, yeah.
Any questions, I take a motion.
I would move to approve resolution number 2400. A resolution of the city of Bellevue, Idaho, authorizing the treasurer to assign $29,940 to the sewer LGIP capital account with the Idaho State Treasurer's Office.
Second,
Member Carrero,
yes.
member Ovina,
Yes.
member Che,
Yes.
member Leahy,
Yes.
President Giordani.
Yes. Line item B, this is acceptance of the Bellevue City November 5th, 2024 election results from Blaine County. If Amy, our city clerk, could kind of read and acknowledge our Bellevue election results.
It looks like we have 3 positions available or open, so we had Tammy Davis come in at 723 votes. And then Jessica Ovenoff at 647, and lastly, Suzanne Reed at 552. And then unfortunately, John Carrero, I mean, not sure if I'm supposed to say that, but we have 6. John Carrero at 525 and general advisor at 249. Kaiser.
So our 3 aldermen going into the next
Yes,
year will be,
and that will be January, I think we're swearing everybody in on January 9th.
I would take a motion to accept the results provided.
I move to accept the results provided by Blaine County canvassers for the election of the November 5th, 2024 election.
Second.
Member Ovinoff,
Yes.
member Carrero.
Yes.
Boucher,
Yes.
member Leahy,
Yes.
President Giordani.
Yes.
It's actually the 13th of January.
Thank you
Not
for
the
that correction.
9th.
Okay, that is all we had on the agenda for today, just a little housekeeping before going into the holiday. So, take a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, that's a new record.